The Tales of Averon Trilogy, Dawn of the Great War by A.M. Keane, narrated by Fria. 1. The earth shook violently as the dark army thundered across the great vast open. Each hunter in the battalion was tracking the musty scent of their target as it hung thickly in the warm air, leaving an invisible trail for their snouts to follow. Hundreds of paws shattered the silence as the hunters, overcome by the deafening rumble in their footfalls, knew nothing more than the instinct within them. To ignore the burning in their chests and the water seeping from their eyes, to ignore the aching and tiredness of their limbs, to keep sprinting forward together as a unit, and never look back until their target was apprehended. The humans were lagging further behind on their horses, trying in vain to catch their soldiers, to become one with them, to scream their war call, and to end this battle once and for all. Ahead of the monstrous army ran their general. He was motivated, concentrated, and evil. His gaze was fixed firmly upon his target, the fox they had tracked across many green open miles, and who still pushed himself as fast as when they had caught his trail and descended upon him. In his wake the general darted right, then left, jumped ditches and avoided bushes, ignoring the burning, screaming pain of exhaustion coursing through his body. His focus kept firm, even as his limbs hung loose and his head swayed from side to side and up and down as he sprinted forward. His prey kept distance ahead, but exhaustion was setting in, and now he showed signs of fatigue. The general noticed and smiled to himself. The huge grassy meadow they amassed was now diminishing, and a great forest loomed from nowhere ahead of them. It rolled slowly upwards and behind the incline they had unknowingly begun to ascend. The war calls of his comrades seemingly subsided into nothingness, and the thunderous rumble of their feet vanished. The general's eyes narrowed. His heartbeat thundered through his ears. The noise of his breathing disappeared. "There you are. I have you now." The general ran faster, the bushy red tail of his prey no more than 6 feet away. Closing in, closer, 4 feet, the general opening his snarling mouth. "Jump! Jump!" The bugle screamed through the summer afternoon, halting the general instantaneously. The war calls of his comrades surrounded him once more and brought him back to consciousness. The burning, the aches, the sharp pains that had all vacated him now stabbed at him viciously and forced him to pant wildly. He now recognized the uncomfortable feeling of saliva falling from his chin and trailing warmly on the left side of his neck towards his shoulders. He turned back to see his army in the distance behind him, howling and barking. Unable to stand still, the adrenaline surging through his veins, they looked to him with expectation. All of them were his, and would follow him to the ends of the earth. All were ruthless and savage, decorated with dark patterned fur upon their bodies. Whether it was black, gray, or brown, they wore wonderful and intricate blotches of darkness, leaving only white fur on their underside and muzzles. They feared him, yet loved him. He was their leader. Baal, the most vicious hound to ever lead the Dark Army. One of the humans was shouting at him from behind the sea of darkness, commanding him sternly back to their ranks. He rolled his eyes in anger and barked out in sincere frustration. Without even noticing, he had stumbled upon the clearing to the huge forest that had appeared during the chase. He looked upon it in wonder, as its density vanished into the blend of dark greens and browns behind the border trees. Each tree was huge, and to him somewhat unwelcoming. It appealed to him, challenged him. He span around momentarily disoriented, his bearings confused.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?